Hey you, my name is TomSka Ridgewell, and welcome to another installment of Thanksdays, a series where I introduce you to the people behind my videos to make sure their praises don't go unsung. Speaking of singing, let's talk about music. Music is an incredibly important part of my videos and also my life, which is why my YouTube channel is named after a genre of music. Ska music, that is. Not Tom music, that sounds very different. Everybody. Yeah. At the start of my YouTube career, I had to make all the music myself, and it all sounded kind of the same. Buy my album. For my first few years here on YouTube, I had no understanding of copyright law and didn't realize that you couldn't just use whatever music you wanted. And I didn't officially stop doing this until 2010. In fact, here's a list of all the songs I've used without permission. Please don't sue me, I was a stupid teenager. Side note, you can find a list of all the songs I'm going to mention in this video in the description below. I'm only going to be focusing on the TomSka and Dark Squiz channels though, because Edgeworld is a whole nother thing. So much copyright infringement. Now let's talk about the music I did have permission to use. First we have my old friend Matt Brinkworth. We grew up online together in the mid-2000s, and he provided background music for a bunch of my earlier videos, including Be Cool, Awkward, Gun, a student film, Let the Credits Roll, and also the opening jingle for Asta Movie 3, which was mostly just me going BOW into a microphone. Matt now goes by his DJ handle Retrospect, and his life looks pretty much like this. Yeah, it's a lot cooler than mine. I need to give a big thanks to Alex, aka Binaire Pilot, which I'm sure I'm pronouncing horribly wrong. I used his music in my second ever terrible vlog, and also the first Asta movie, and back in 2008, I had no idea how making money on YouTube worked, so when I tried to put ads on that video, YouTube were like, yo bruv, you need permission from the artist to do that. And kindly, Alex gave me that permission. Still took 3 months to get ads on the video though, but hey. YouTube. Next I gotta mention Stephen Grant, the Scotsman who created the super catchy Asta Movie 2 theme song, which I went on to use at the end of a bunch of other videos. He also helped create the Mr. Cat music, which we ended up re-recording, but I'll get back to that later, and he also made the music for Standoffish and Rainbows, and I used his personal music in a bunch of other projects, including Asta Might, my first ever sponsored video, and it wasn't until I released that video that I realized you can hear him in the background saying, "Shit, the mic's on." Whoops. I need to shout out Will Ryan, or specifically his band Onyx Colony, because I used about 3 of his songs in so many of my videos, just so many. Ben Konstantinovich, or Ben Kovic as he's now going by, was a crazy cool guitar guy who I happened to just stumble across at a bar and decided to film, and then filmed him a couple more times because I thought it sounded nice. Deal with it. Can't forget Tom Bown, who recorded a bunch of cheesy sitcom-esque guitar riffs for the skits I filmed at university, and he also played guitar on a song we made called Let the Credits Roll. Lots of love to the artist known as Pseudonym, who created a track called Breakhorn, and also 1 Inch Punch, aka the dubstep sunglasses song, which I may have used a few times.
Don't you listen to anything else?
Rob Scallon is a stupidly talented multi-instrument music man whose music I used at the end of TomSka's Day Out, and who can also be seen and heard shredding his heart out in Guitar Warfare. I've also worked with Rob on a few projects which either haven't come out yet, or maybe never will. Sorry, Rob. My sound designer, Dan Pugsley, also made the music for a few of my videos, namely Deleted, Chaos Relay, and Party Surprise. There's Steve Bingham, whose futuristic-y classical music made its way into a handful of my videos. And then there's a whole bunch of artists I've only worked with once so far, such as Wolfgun, Pixelsaw, 2GI, Eric Carlson, Twin Tapes, Jenny Bingham, Tom Barnes, JK Lol, John T. Picking, and Joel, aka Rumi. Okay, now while I'm super grateful for all the people I've mentioned so far in this video, it's time to mention some of the real heroes of music, not just on my channel, but maybe on YouTube as a whole. Let's do this. First off, we have Todd Lil Deuce Deuce Bryanton. I came across Todd in 2011 by accident when I found a rap song he'd made about Ninja Turtles. I messaged him like, hey, you're pretty cool, we should work together sometime, and then immediately followed that up with, I changed my mind, I love you so much, please be mine forever. I'm almost entirely not exaggerating. Todd is a full-blown professional composer working in TV and film, and for the past few years also on YouTube, sharing his talents with not just me, but also with a lot of other members of the community. I totally found him though, so you're welcome. The business relationship I have with Todd is that any of the music he creates for my channels, he has the full right to sell, and I think that's great because it means that ultimately he can make more money than I could ever afford to pay him. The alternative would be that I pay him once-off fees per project and then make sweet, sweet bank selling his music, which just seems kind of wrong. So every time you download one of Todd's songs, be it most of the Asta movie songs or the music videos, he makes the money that he deserves. But just how many of my videos has Todd made music for? Well, yep, and that's not even including Edgeworld. Todd, you are an irreplaceable part of my channel and my life, and your music is incredible and you're brilliant, and I hope we get to work together for a very, very long time until I die first, probably. Another musician who's made my channels a much happier place is a guy called Yoav, the Living Tombstone Landau. Yoav was first introduced to me by my friend Ed back in 2012, who played me some of his music, and I loved it. Then he later explained that it was about My Little Pony, and I was like, okay. Yoav has done some really funky songs for me, such as the Astor Movie 5 theme, aka Tom's Dog, aka the TomSka song, and has also provided pretty much all the background music for my vlogs over the past 3 years, such as... Yep, and again, that's not including Edswold. Yoav, your skill and speed at creating funky, catchy tunes is unparalleled, and you are just super rad. Yes, people still say rad. Finally, I need to mention the one and only Kevin Macleod. Maybe you've never heard of him, but you will have definitely heard his music. Kevin makes music and releases it on his website incompetech.com for free, and as long as you credit him, you can use it in your videos, again, for free. He's released over 2,000 songs so far, and you may recognize a few of them, such as these. Ring a bell? Kevin's almost selfless contributions to our industry have been so incredibly significant in turning YouTube into both a viable creative platform and career, and without him it would have taken a hell of a lot longer, and unsurprisingly I myself have used a fair bit of his music too, such as... Yep, and again, that's not including Edswold. I actually recently shot an interview for a documentary about Kevin called Royalty Free, which you can follow at royaltyfreedoc.com, and yeah. Thank you, Kevin. On behalf of the YouTube community, I want to say a huge thank you to Kevin and all of the other musicians out there who have provided music to people like me, because we would not have been able to do this without them. So again, thank you so much to all those musicians, and I hope that you, the person watching this, appreciate these people and what they do just a little bit more. TomSka out.
Ambush. I think that's just a regular bush.
My name on it. Look at this! What's up? I'm gonna drink myself to death.